On behalf of WEG and our partner, Talowa Justice for Women based in Germany, the University of Nottingham School of Law and Human Rights Center of Law, we want to welcome you to this important event, Out of the Shadow, Women Rights. We want to see how can we work together to increase on our visibility, but also ensure that our system and governance and structures are supported. We hope that this workshop will raise an agenda for critical looking into and institutional support for women survivors leaders organization.
I love to see women, and I love to see them shine.
We are based in Lira.
And Afiata sub-county as women's groups.
We are here to catalyze a shift among women leaders and policymakers and donors. We are also here to strengthen the capacity of grassroots women leaders to advance the women peace and security agenda in Uganda.
Now it is the time for action. Enhancing visibility and offering a platform for women leaders to speak publicly about the challenges and achievements faced on the ground is at the heart of what we do. Only then can the voices of women leaders with lived-in experiences be amplified and the visibility addressed. Only then can the capacity to influence decision makers and decision-making processes be developed. We want our women leaders to arise and come out of the shadows.
We need to be passionate about women issues. Let it be like salt in the sauce, that when it is women issues, we get in there. Nobody is going to do this for us. And for those partners who have accepted to stand with us, please let's continue. And I believe that by the time we leave here, we shall be louder than we have been before.
We have what we call personal power. Personal power relates to our confidence, our ability to overcome internalized oppression. There is what we call relational power. So as women improve their abilities to negotiate and influence the world around them, then we start seeing their relational power growing. And once your relational power grows, you start having influence. Then we have group power. Now, assertiveness comes with confidence, but it also comes with information and correct information. So we must invest in doing research so that when we are asked to speak, people want to continue to listen to us because we are speaking with the right information, we are speaking articulately, and that we are precise. There, people will continue to invite you because you are also becoming part of the solution.
What is it?
This skit here reinforces what Perry talked about earlier on. Why is it that many times we fight amongst ourselves and not do what these women did here? They forgot their economic activity and all of a sudden they were all diverted to helping another woman. They did not just help this grandmother and her granddaughter, but they protected their dignity. The protection of every woman's dignity is our responsibility.
10 organizations from this Greater North has come together to form the Women Coalition. What we evaluated and saw was that we have been working very, very hard as women peace-building organizations. But our efforts were disjointed and also it was not visible enough. So we thought by coming together we could add value to what we were doing, and also we would have synergy. When we look at the type of people we are working with, the rural population, the majority are people who don't know to read and write. We don't have even among ourselves as local NGOs who have formed the coalition. We don't have enough capacity to have. Some of us even members don't have mobile phones. We don't have computers. We don't have these gadgets even for us to link and begin sharing our experiences.
Are we able to balance the expertise we have in the office, or are we choosing to do everything ourselves as women leaders? You'll find that you are the same person who wants to control the finances, you're the same person who wants to be in charge of a training, you're the same person who wants to go and monitor programs in the field. Can you balance? Can you bring people who know so that you are able to go out on a holiday and your office is running? Because there's a sound finance department, there's a sound M&E. When you're not there, someone is in your footsteps exactly as if you're there. And then also we need to assess the impact of our work. How many of us are doing it over time? Of course, we are small. We might say our organization is still young. We don't have that capacity yet. But it's important to know what you're doing.
So you find that we are socialized not to talk as we are growing up. We are shy. We don't have the confidence. We don't have the self-esteem. So you find women shy away. And in our parties, if you look at the different parties, you find that our leaders don't support us sometimes, and they don't give us the encouragement to run for positions of leadership. So it is very important that we continue to build their capacity so that they understand what is the women's movement, what is it that we are pushing. Do they know the women's manifestos? What are the issues that women are talking about? So it's not about just electing them and putting them in positions of leadership, but it's also about empowering them so that they're able to speak and to bring other women who are still left behind.
If you are technologically very savvy, you can easily go online and begin to search for fundings like the Women, Peace and Humanitarian Fund basket. If you go deep down into where the problem was, with those who did not meet the requirements, you will find that 60% of those ones had missing documents. 28% of those people did not fill the forms correctly. About 7% submitted inconsistent information. And many of them actually have very good proposals. There's a pattern that I am beginning to see, that a lot of funders are beginning to admire smaller agencies who come together, join efforts and apply for funding.
When we are in a group, they cannot afford to ignore you. 2021. We received almost $756 million. Some of it comes in through government, others come through NGOs. It means the skills we need to engage with the World Bank is different from the skills we need to engage with Gulu district. You integrate capacity building into project activities. So it's the duty and responsibility of each and every one of us. If we want violence to stop, we need to start with us, start with our families, start with parenting. Many of us talk about, yes, we are helping so many women. Do we document that? Do we have evidence that we have been doing that? I've worked with quite a number of women here. And believe me, my heart is always at home. I always want to see that things work out. Currently, we have a program, money that is coming from World Bank. They are supposed to support women business enterprises. And it's in our ministry, and I will ensure that I work with you people to see that at least the women, business women in our districts also benefit from that.
I can say with all the pride, she has held my hand. Now I have a shelter in the city of Gulu, where I am training.
This is one of the few conferences and meetings I go to, and I come back different.
For the first time in very many years, we have not been coming together. So we are really grateful for this. I'm so touched.
Let us learn to fight and defend each other's nakedness by telling the truth at the right time, at the right place, with the right Thank you.
Such that we can see how to reduce domestic violence in homes and the spread of HIV/AIDS. But it is defeated because our men really drink alcohol.
If funds permitting, could you allow or could you plan for us such conferences annually?
Sisterhood, solidarity, build your strong movement.
Women leaders, women leaders,
Our vision was with survivor leaders in Uganda, in Gulu, Uganda. Women grassroots leaders have the potential to drive change processes from the bottom up and to have major impact. Women leaders have to be informed. We have to have the relevant data and evidence to support all of their points, to support their work, visualizing. We need to help women leaders to develop organizational vision, as well as effective media and communication strategies. How many of these women organizations, even operating at grassroots level, even have, if you don't even have a website, do you have some kind of social media presence so that international organizations can be aware of your work and what you do? Organize and operationalize the need to invest in women-led organizations to help them to strengthen their organizational capacity, particularly in areas such as applying for funding, drafting proposals, and so on. And finally, to train women leaders. One of the goals of this partnership, and I believe it will be a long-term partnership, is to mentor and train women leaders.
Dear friends, dear daughters, it is possible. Sometimes we think it is not possible, but it is possible. All of us were mentors. We were mentored to where we are now. And all of us here can also be mentees and mentors. Let us love and care for our children well. And homes are always the best places for raising up our children. At that tender age, from the womb to the age 6, I'm a biology teacher. It's very critical in the life of our children. When the child gets the best, even when the child meets with a lot of challenges along the way, at least that one you have already inculcated something strong.
Yongea.